We just had a huge LEGO Icon set revealed with the Douglas DC-3 Pan Am Airliner set from Boeing, which releases April 1st, 2026 for $220 in the United States with 1,903 pieces and 4 minifigures, all of which are exclusive. And look, before I get into this beautiful model, I'm enamored with the minifigures. This design for the stewardess is incredible. I love when we get new LEGO hair pieces, and in this set with this figure, we get a new hair hat combo, which looks very accurate to what Pan Am stewardess would wear at the time. You can see that at the very right of this, there's even some printing with a white outline there and a gold symbol right there. I love the rare instances where LEGO takes an existing hair piece and then modifies it to add like a hat on top. That's what's going on here seemingly with this hair piece, even if there's a little bit of a different parting in the hair. And yes, you do get the Pan Am badge on the torso as well for all 4 of these minifigures, which is very welcome. Love the torso print there, but the legs also have some side leg printing that continues from the front, which I really appreciate. I think of something like the Creole House, which is $80 more, and the minifigures are not nearly as detailed as this figure right here, and it kind of blows my mind. And this is another fantastic exclusive minifigure with the flight attendant, once again with continued side leg printing, love her torso as well. And she uses the bowler cap piece, but with an exclusive print on there. And we rarely ever see this in this blue coloring. I can only think of that one Series 5 clown. And I'm not even sure this is the same shade of blue. And unlike the stewardess, she actually has an exclusive face print to the set, from my understanding. The pilot design has another exclusive face print that's welcome. We don't get too many face prints in that skin color for older men. And the design of that captain's cap is coming for the first time with this specific printing, most distinctly with that one gold dot in the middle there. The torso looks pretty beautiful. Once again, we have that pin present, which is on all these minifigures. And I love how we have the side arms printed with those 4 stripes, noting that, well, he is the pilot of this plane. No leg printing, but that's totally fine. And then finally, you have the purser, which really the only distinct part would be the torso there, which, once again, nice pin. The face print isn't new, but it is pretty uncommon and only appears in expensive sets. Hair piece that was introduced a couple years back. So yeah, great minifigure selection. I didn't think they needed to add minifigures because I know this will be unfortunate to many. It is a little bit unfortunate to me. This is not minifigure scale. This is a micro scale plane. I kind of wish they had an inaccurate sizing of the interior so you could just fit minifigures like a Lego City plane. But for something that's trying to be accurate, I totally understand a compromise there. It's fun to get a Lego Pan Am set. It's the most iconic of a defunct airline. There's no more Pan Am flights. It was discontinued back in, let me see, 1991. Wow, that's actually later than I thought. This specific model, the Douglas DC-3, was used in the 1930s prominently. And it isn't the first time we're getting a Douglas DC-3 in LEGO. There was the Peril in Peru set to tie in with the release of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull back in 2008. And that one was minifigure scale. I appreciate the smooth and aerodynamic design and the roundness captured here with the build. I mean, I'm so used to that Boeing 787 Dreamliner set from 2006. It's insane, the improvement in 20 years here. There is one thing with the general aesthetic of this that's holding it back, and that's that I wish this went with a silver design for delivery, because that's accurate to the actual plane itself. Here they just use a light bluish gray, which is so much less interesting than the design in real life. I mean, I get it that those silver pieces can be expensive, so maybe not a metallic silver, but I would be fine with what I would think is the cheaper to produce, but slightly lamer, flat silver color choice. This gray just feels like a missed opportunity and a cut corner. With that being said, parts that I love about the exterior include the nose here and how they capture that roundness, even with that black streak in the middle there. I'm trying to figure out what piece they use there. And I also love the intricate build for the design of the wings, which don't use the traditional Lego airplane wing base piece. That's impressive. The design seemingly has some nice prints as well. There's this front windscreen, which is exclusive to this set. The design of Pan American at both sides of this build, which is seemingly on a 1x8 brick. That's across two 1x8 bricks, actually. And then at the very back is the Pan Am logo on a large circular tile piece, as well as at the top there, a 1x2 American flag print. I mean, technically this isn't the first American flag on a 1x2 tile. We got that with the Saturn V, but this is the first time we're getting it in a horizontal way, which I think looks great, and that's something that I could see people hanging up in their sig figs brooms. This is present on both sides of the tail. This dial right here retracts the landing gear, which that's a pretty awesome function, and two sections of the roof can be removed. You can access the cockpit, which has some nice details inside there. I like those cockpit seat builds, that's really nice. And then there's the cabin. The seat builds there are very simple, but I like how they came out. Little clip and plate connection, tile with a round top, flat bottom, and just a regular 1x1 tile. It's a cute build. Again, not minifigure scale, unfortunately, but that's okay. There's a total of 15 seats. It also doesn't seem like there's much detailing going on towards the back of this, but there's not really an accessibility point where you can't remove this back section of the roof, unfortunately. I like how they have this archway for the back of the cabin, and maybe they have a bathroom going on there. Like I see this little part right here, but there's not really a shot of the completed build with that section, so I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, there's a stand build, which I wonder if you could remove the plane from the stand easily. I like the angle that the plane is at with the stand connected. I wonder if that's something that can be moved around and positioned in different angles. But on that stand, we have a nice printed large exclusive tile, which gives information on this particular aircraft. And there's also a stand for the minifigures with the Pan Am logo at the back there, brick built, once again using that circular round large tile piece. See, that's how you do a minifigure stand. Like the Tintin set had no logo or anything for Tintin, and I found that kind of vacant. This is cool. That's all I have to say about the build for this set. Is it worth that $220 price? Well, if you're a price per piece ratio person, it's not the best at 1,903 pieces. And you look at something like the Luigi and Mach 8 set that was recently revealed, that was $180 for 2,234 pieces, which is a much better value for price per piece ratio. But with price per piece ratio removed, I think that's a fine price at $220. I mean, I think $200 would have been perfect, but $220 doesn't really feel like it's overpriced. I think the size of this is appropriate for something around that $200 range. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like this set? Are you in love with the minifigures like I am? Subscribe here for more honest LEGO takes and LEGO news. Seriously, you clicking that subscribe button, clicking that like button on this video, and leaving a comment helps so much with the growth of this channel when the algorithm can be very rough. And I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.